All right, so I'm going to back up here a little bit and show you exactly how I got this salary file to show up here. So salary 1's already done. Salary 2 is the one that I want to have some fun with. So when I double click on this and I double click on the source, notice there's nothing in here. So I'm going to need to go to File and New. And when it asks me New, it asks me what kind of a file. In this case, I want to create a new class. And then the source folder is salary 2 source, so that's fine. The package is going to be set for the default package, and that'll make more sense in a minute. The name, I can go ahead and call this salary again if I wanted to. Notice it shows up as public. There's a final portion here, and then this is the stub that we need to add, this public static void main string args. Once I have this, then this makes the computer know that this whole file can run by itself and it's not dependent on anything else. As when we start getting to the object-oriented section of the book, you'll start to see how that will take shape. So when I go to finish this, it plugs some code in for me automatically. The first one is the name, public class salary, then there's an open bracket. After that, here's our declaration, our public static void main string args, and then another open bracket. And then here's just some just a comment that's put in here. That's an auto-generated method stub. This tells you this is where your application info would go. So I'm going to delete out of that because I don't really need any comments here. But what I do have on page 41 here is it says num space my salary. Now, when you take a look at the salary there, it's $14.55. So in order for me to get the computer to take that, it has to be a double. If it did an integer, you can only do that for numbers that do not have decimal points. So in this case, I'm going to do double. And then it's asking for my salary, or in this case, it says your salary. Helps if I spell it right. And then the number they want to assign it to is equal to 1455. And then I'm going to throw a semicolon on the end of this. So that's going to take that value right there and set it for a particular number. So in this case, it's taking, here's your variable, your salary. It could be anything. This could be X. This could be anything you want it to be. In this case, it's your salary. You'll also notice I capitalized the S in salary. That's just so that way you know that there's two different words here. The next thing it's asking for is a string. So I'm going to put a string in here. It needs to be capitalized for it to work correctly. And the string is going to be Juanita. So I'm going to quote here, and then Juanita, and then end quote, because that's the end of my string, and then a semicolon to end it. After every line in Java, you have to have a semicolon unless it's a loop, and that will make more sense later on as well. You know what I forgot to do here, though, is I forgot to do string and then your name. So I assigned it without giving it a variable name, and then we're going to do the assignment operator there, so your string, your name is equal to Juanita. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a system.out. And as soon as you do a system.out, notice there's lots of things that are going to pop up here. It's going to ask you if you want to output the string or if you want to output whatever variable it is. So in this case, we're going to do a systemout.print and then parenthesis. And then notice these pop up here as your name or null. So in this case, we want to do your name. It should put it out there. Looks like it's kind of stuck here. Let's get rid of that S. And then we'll have our next one in here. Now if I just ran this, you can kind of imagine if I go to run here, then it's just going to output Juanita. So the way to get the second one in there is I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm lazy. So I'm going to copy this, then I'm going to paste it, and then if it's saying your name here, we're going to put in your salary. And then when I run this, then say that one need to 1455 again. So now you have a better idea about how I got there. And I'm going to go ahead and put that space in there just to make it look right. And then this is how I got there. So hopefully this helps you with your first little application.